just a trait, if you will, is just he just doesn't give up. I mean,
You gotta be a honey badger.
You got to
right?
be a honey badger, right? All right,
Yeah.
go. Let me know if you have any trouble. There you go. Okay.
Hey guys, so what we're going to talk about here today is um, a few things, and let me get to the one I want. We're going to talk about the genie that we're going to release, and I'm going to go into some explanation. And I don't know, we all have different visions. We all have seen all the movies about genies, and I don't know what your genie looks like. Some of them look like big, strong guys, that are green, and mine doesn't look like that. Mine looks more like this one over here on the right. But the one that used to live in the bottle, right? And so anyway, we're going to release something. So stay tuned. Big things are about to happen. It's all been happening behind the scenes. And some of you are already part of what we're doing with the new program. Before I get into it though, there's really two ways of building a business. And, it's either warm market or cold market. I mean, it's either or both, right? Most people don't do cold market because they don't understand it, and it's expensive. It could be expensive, and so most people focus on warm market, and that's the way that I built for over 30 years, right? Contacting friends and having them contact friends, and on and on and on. I'm going to tell you right here and now that with what we're about to unleash on the whole group, you need to, especially if you're going to participate in this cold market campaign, you need to give a heads up to all of your warm market friends, everybody you prospected, everybody you've ever talked to, everybody who's ever been in and may have left, whoever, and say something crazy and huge is about to happen, and I'm just compelled to give you a heads up because I don't want you to miss it. And they're going to go, what is it? What is it? What is it? Well, it's an advertising campaign. It's something that we call the co-op, right? And so, I went through and just kind of put down now, you're going to see in the website that I'm going to show you, you can buy 1 share or 3 shares. It really doesn't matter. You can buy them anytime during the month. There's no start, no stop. It's all automated now. But, advertising is a deductible expense. And having owned an advertising agency for 16 years, my advice to my clients was they put together a budget, right? And then rather than spending all of that money in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, which a lot of them wanted to do, because they needed business, I said, no. What we need to do is we need to spread that out. We need to be consistently, out there in front of people over and over and over and over, month after month, time after time, because human nature, it's kind of funny about us humans. We have to see something, hear something, visualize something, be told something 7 to 10 times before we actually react to something. I'll ask everybody right now how many My Pillows they own. I own 3, right? I had to see
Rocky owns one.
I had to see the commercial over and over and over and over again until I just said, you know what? I'm going to buy one of those damn pillows. So I bought a pillow, and my wife loved it so much, she snatched it from me. And I said, well, no, I got to go buy another one because I liked it too. And so I bought another one. And then I find that my dog is, and I sent Mitch a picture of him this morning, laying on the bed on his My Pillow, right? And
need to get one for Wheezy.
Then I had to buy another one. Yeah. So now I've got 3 of them. So so it's you're just being consistent, right? And if you buy 3 shares in this co-op, and I'm going to show it to you, you're going to have 540 people over the course of the next 12 months that will go through a system, right? Will go through a system and get various degrees of exposure. And we're going to make that easier and easier and easier. So
hey, Chuck, real quick, would you do me a favor? There's people on here that I've invited that don't know anything about what it is at all. Could you just step back real quick and just tell them just 1 minute about what this is and how these people are, where they're coming from?
Yeah. So let me better than that. Let me do this. Mitch, let me open up this. Can you see that window?
I see Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. You can see that screen, right?
Yep. You're sharing your sound.
Okay, I'm going to turn on the sound. And so, guys, what we're going to do is we're building an online sales funnel. John Haremza is our voice and our face of this whole thing. And what we do is we co-op our money together so that we have a lot of exposure, right? A lot of exposure. And and I'll show you the website to go and do that. But I want you to see the video that John did and that we're going to go with.
Stop what you're doing right now. Are you stuck in the old world, waiting for things to go back to normal? Folks, things are never going back to normal. Our world has changed forever. You need to understand the new world, what is working in today's world. You know, folks, our world has changed forever. And for those people that are stuck in the old world, resisting change and understanding what's going to work in the new world, people's behaviors, buying habits, everything has changed. You need to understand what it is, and you need to adapt. You need to adapt to the new world. Folks, I've just written a book called Network Marketing in the New World to do exactly that, to help you understand how to transition into this new world, how to win big. All you have to do is click on the link, and I will give you a free ebook so you can understand, move into the new world with excitement and confidence, and take advantage of what's happening right now. Folks, you may say, who am I to say this? Folks, I've been 32 years in this industry of network marketing. I've made over $24 million. And folks, I'm not a has-been. I just had my best year ever. Last year, nearly $4 million in earnings and just absolutely exploding. I study this industry. I understand this industry. I can help you understand the new world. Just click on the link, get your copy, Network Marketing in the New World, How to Win Big, and I promise you, it's going to make a difference. It's going to help you transition and win big in this new world.
So that was a minute 56 seconds, right? Minute 56 seconds. So what somebody does at that point is they put in their email address, their name, and they get an email with the downloadable link for the ebook. And it really is a great book, 56 pages thereabouts. And, you know, what we do at that point, it goes to the next screen, right? So this is the whole site. And you can go and look at this site yourself. I mean, it's called buildmydownline.live, buildmydownline.live. So you can go and look at that site. Don't fill in your email and your name and so on, because the ebook is not live, and then you'll wind up as a lead in somebody else's team. So don't do that. So you can see Dave Chambers. I put a little comment. Mike Isaacson, Jeff Finn, and Lauren, and so, you know, a lot of different people. So what happens is, you know, what the next thing that'll if I click on that, I put in my name. It's already filled in, right, for you, because it grabs it. And then it says, John, I'd like to see your system work. Yes, build me a downline in real time and show me, right? This is the magic. This is the magic behind the whole thing, is we're going to take that brand new person who's downloaded that book. They're interested in network marketing, number one. They may be involved in network marketing. They may have been involved in network marketing. They may be with a company now that they're not happy with. And I mean, I've seen, if you've got 100 networkers, there's about a third of them that are looking, ready to make a decision, a third of them that would like to look because they're not happy where they're at, and about a third of them that are kind of happy, but if something else came along, they'd move too. So we're going to make it easy for them to move. The next thing that happens is it goes to this page. So they're just automatically transferred over to this page. Then John's.
Hey, congratulations on downloading my ebook. I know you're going to love it. You're going to learn so much from it. But I'd like to do more than just have you learn. I'd like you to experience what I'm talking about. I've always been really, really skeptical about funnels and any automation, right? Any automation whatsoever. I just simply said it doesn't work. And I stand here now before you saying, I believe in it now, right? And, folks, I've been 32 years in this industry of network marketing. And if you wanted to Google me, Google John Haremza, 32 years, $24 million in earnings. I have not one person saying one bad thing about me on the internet. And I'm pretty proud of that. And part of the reason for that is I always do what I say I'm going to do, right? I don't exaggerate numbers. I don't exaggerate results. I do what I say I'm going to do. And here's what I want to tell you I'm willing to do. I'm willing to let you experience this. I want to invite you to fill out the information, right? Enter into what I term as a power line, where we're actually going to put real people, myself and my team. We're going to not just teach you, we're going to let you experience. We're going to have you witness and see it in your own eyes, real people coming into an organization, that you can call. I mean, we're talking about real people, real time, happening almost instantaneously, and it's automated, right? And you're going to be able to call these people and see that they're real, qualified, interested people. I mean, one of the things I believe, one of most network marketers, including myself, I mean, one of the things we're always looking for is qualified people, real people that are interested in what it is we're doing, interested in a home-based business, real people that we can talk to, right? And I want to show you how I can do that, utilizing this funnel, right? Working with my team, and they'll call you, they'll answer your questions, they'll work with you, they'll train you, they'll help you understand how this system works, right? And here's the thing, it's not costing you anything, right? All you have to do is fill out the information, right? So you can start experiencing, not just read about it in the ebook, but I want you to witness it. I want you to experience it. I want you to see it happen in front of your very eyes, where you see real people coming into an organization that you can talk to, that is going to duplicate, and they in turn can do the exact same thing and watch the geometric growth take off. So folks, I'm super excited about what we're doing here. I know that if I can show you it, if you can experience it, you will be excited as well as I am. And so fill out the information, enter in to what I'm talking about here and see it work for you.
Well, you notice we didn't say anything about the company, and when they do enter that in, they're going to go and get pre-enrolled in the next person who's up in the rotation. And that's exactly what this does. It moves in a rotational basis, right? So as soon as that person registers and it gets put in Mitch's pre-enrolled, power line, right, down his left side, everybody down that above that person is now notified by the company. And we're doing a little bit something different. We're not sending them to the pre-enrollment site that you guys might be familiar with, if you used it. It's going to be a pre-enrollment site that is custom, right? And we're working on getting that finished right now. But it'll be John again that'll come back on and welcome them over there. And then John's going to ask them to watch a edited version of the Powerline video, right? Edited version. We're going to take out the company. We're going to, you know, so we've chopped it up and we've repackaged it. And then, well, I'll get to then in a second. There's only 3 videos on here. Let me play this one.
Hi there, my name is Mitch. I live in beautiful Northwest Arkansas, USA. And I took a look at this idea that you're seeing here about 18 months ago now. And I've been working alongside my friend John ever since. I only agreed to look at it actually out of respect for a friend. Really, I only agreed to look at it to keep him off my back. But it turned out to be a bit of a life changer for me and my family. My background is in real estate. And, you know, I didn't think this was something that was going to work for me because I'd tried other things in the past. And then I quickly found out that this was different. And since then, I've gotten paid every Friday. I've made more than average full-time income. And it's been really, really great for me and my family. So I applaud the fact that you're taking a look. And with that being said, God bless. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.
Okay, so that was 1 minute and 1 second, right?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lori.
And I'm Ken. And we're super excited to share an amazing opportunity that Marshall Silver, the millionaire maker, world-renowned trainer, and business developer, introduced us to at a time when we were looking for solutions. This opportunity has a revolutionary recruiting system in place and great leadership like John Haremza.
We can hardly believe how under John and his team's guidance, this opportunity has changed our lives, both health and financial. We were doing it almost right, and now we're doing it right. Best of all, we get to work with a team and build a power line with some of the best in the business. Leaders like John have taken network marketing to the next level with a system that generates leads even while you sleep. The company grew by more than 525% in 2019. The world is our market with great products engineered by a 2-time Nobel Prize nominee and leading scientists and researchers.
If you want to take advantage of an awesome compensation plan, a system that takes the angst and anxiety out of lead generation, the tax benefits of owning a home-based business, being your own boss, and getting paid what you're worth, this could be your plan B.
Minute 28 seconds, right? Hey, thanks for stopping by. Say, my name is Chuck Hansen, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about what's going on. I mean, I've been in the network marketing industry now for over 30 years. I owned an advertising agency for 16 years prior to my involvement in network marketing. Never thought that I would ever be in this business, but you know, here I am 33 years later. I've made over $16 million in the industry. I've grown organizations around the world in 39 countries to over 400,000 people. And, you know, I was semi-retired, you know, and a couple of years ago, I got introduced to John Haremza, right? And I looked at what he was doing. I looked at the systems that he was creating. I looked at the potential that was there waiting for me to jump into. And I thought to myself, what have I got to lose? So I jumped into this now almost 6-year-old company with John and John's team, and the systems that he's put together have been fantastic, right? My income went from $724 my first week, and that was June of 2018, to over $75,000 my first year, which was 2008, then over $370,000 in 2019. The company grew by 525%. So far, I've made right at $600,000. And, I would encourage you to, get pre-registered, get enrolled, do your due diligence, join a winning team. That's what it's really all about. Winning team, winning company, and then go to work. I don't know where you're at in your life or what you want to do with your life, but if it has anything to do with time and freedom and income and changing your outcome, then I would encourage you to be part of John's team. Join us and let's go do something fantastic together. Hey, thanks for watching. That's all from me. So I think you guys get the idea. What we'd like to have is about 15 more testimonials just like these. Very short, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. I was the long-winded one of the group. Mine was 226. And we want people from every background, right? I mean, it's important for people because some people will relate to me, some people won't relate to John, some people will relate to Mitch, some people will relate to Ken and Lori, so couples, young, old, whatever, right? So just a whole batch of them. So you know how people are. Oh, let's watch this one. Let's watch this one. Let me see what this, And so that's, and then they're going to get put into your organization. You're going to get an immediate text message on your phone. Now, we put them into your organization by your username, right? And I'll show you that in a second. But you're going to get an immediate text message from the system that says, hey, congratulations, Dave Smith just pre-enrolled in your organization. Here's his phone number, here's his email. And we're going to do a lot of, not a lot, because there's not much to do. We're going to be a system that we put in place because it's all, if you haven't downloaded the Share Valentis app, by all means, you definitely want to do that, because what John is doing on Monday is getting with the app people, and we're going to put a special category on there that says funnel follow-up. Duh, right? Funnel follow-up. And it's going to go, okay, video number 1, video number 2, video number 3. And that's all it's going to take, because they've already seen the power line video. We're going to walk them through how to get started, why to get started, and the best way to get started. And if we do our job well, and it's about, I almost forgot this. When they go to that first page where John's going to welcome them to the power line, your bio, the person who's in rotation, your bio and your picture is going to jump up at the top of the page, and with your phone number, with your email address on it, your contact information, and John's going to say, my coach, Mitch, is going to give you a call or text you a message. Be expecting that. And, or the person right up here is the person you've been assigned to take you through this process. And so we're going to, engage them into that interaction with that person who's in that rotation. So don't know if we'll get that part of it done by Tuesday when we launch, but hopefully we will. Let me show you the last little piece of this whole thing, and it's called tribefunnels.com, tribefunnels.com. And if you go up here, you'll be able to watch this video. It was, as promised, we're going to have an update on the funnel, right? So it was 46 minutes. If you haven't watched it, it was the update that we did on June the 9th, last Tuesday, right? So if you haven't watched that, Jeff Finn is on here, John's on here, Rick Cotton's on here, one of Rick's programmers, Big John is on here, and they're talking about lots of things. It's real good information, right? And then a few pictures, you know, it talks about what the Tribe Co-op is, not just a normal co-op. It harnesses the power of digital marketing for the masses. We cut away the expense. Somebody told me yesterday that they looked at doing a funnel, and by the time they added everything up, it was like $5,000. And they hadn't even started advertising yet, right? It was like $5,000. So you guys have to pay for none of this at all. This is all done. It's, you know, it's just part of the whole thing. So, you know, you'll be able to go down here and buy 1 share, buy 2 shares, or buy 3 shares, and guaranteed exclusive, right? They can only pre-enroll once, you know, and all you got to do is click on the buy now, and then what happens, this thing,
Yeah, notice right there, see where it says above the shipping, that's where you put your username.
yeah,
Right.
now,
Right.
yeah, they're gonna, it says URL and username.
Right.
Mine is filled in because I already did it. But, so, and if you don't know what your username is, that's that portion behind the / right? So you can go to your my website address and you can say, oh, that's my username. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, people go, well, what's my username? How long have you been here? Right. So, so stick in your username. That's how we tell who the next person in the rotation is. And then, you know, you go to step 2, then it's just about, you know, putting in your credit card. And again, you can do it anytime you want. So if you buy the 3 shares, you're at, you know, you're getting 50, you're getting 45 leads. So you're getting 15 for $100, basically. Yeah, so that's tribefunnels.com. Go and take a look, watch the video, get up to date on everything. I'll send, and you've already got this one, buildmydownline.live, and then I'll send out this link here for you, because what you want to show your warm market friends is the system.
Hey, Chuck, can we go to the next slide and talk about that too?
Huh?
Yeah, can we take this over to the next slide? Because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, okay. How do you get there?
Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about, you know, showing your warm market before.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. So, you know, definitely get to your warm market and show them the system, because a lot of your friends may have been apprehensive about joining you because you're gregarious, you're outgoing, you're that A-type personality, you're the person that always succeeds, and they are more sheltered, right? They're you know, standoffish. They don't have a lot of friends, and you know, they can count their friends on one hand with 4 fingers missing, and so you know, so that's why. But now you show them a system like this, they go, "Huh, I can do that. I can do that." And really, guys, what are we looking for? Out of, you know, and this is a whole another training, but out of, you know, those 45 people that you get in a month, let's say it's a month, 30-day period of time, what are you looking for? You're looking for enough people to recoup what you've spent, right? So we're going to have, again, a system that'll take them through 3 options. And those 3 options are $239, $575, $11.99, right?
Oh,
those
that's
are
awesome.
the 3 options to get started. So let's say now, if you understand the psychology of that trifecta, right? That triplicate of choice, here's what the human mind does, right? It looks at the center door, right? I don't know if you remember that game show, right? where they had 3 doors. And that's where it was proven that 88% of the people always picked the center door. So if you wanted them to get a good price, you put it in the center door. If you wanted them to get a bad price, you put it in the center door. So it didn't matter. They were going to pick the center door. So $239, $575, $11.99. People are going to go, I think I'll take the center door. So they're going to, so what do you make? You know, if you're legacy qualified, you just made $200. And John is going to do the selling for you. He's going to explain why they need to get started at that package, you know, at one of the higher packages. Yes, we're going to have a link on there so that they can click on that link and order 1 product or order 3 products. But we're going to focus in on good, better, best, right? And so, you know, you spent $300 for 45. We want to make sure that you get that money back into your pocket. You're legacy qualified, you just got 2/3 of it back. Boom, right out of the gate, boom. You know, and what happens when that person now gets engaged? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go to their friends, right? We're going to encourage them to go to their friends and engage their friends. Now, Rick is working on, and again, I don't know if I should say this, but anyway, I won't say it. Then you're going to expect it to get done. So we're working on some other things behind the scenes that will make it a whole lot easier for that brand new person to use the system that we have to engage their friends, right? So just let that be known that's in the works. So, you know, and if they buy 1 product, you're going to make $20, right? If they're going to buy 3 products, you're going to make $40. And if they buy 6 products, you're going to make $60 or $100. So doesn't take a whole lot of people in order to get. But what are we really looking for? You're looking for 1. You know, you're looking for 1 a month. I mean, if you think about that, you know, the 1 a month plan that we've been talking about, you know, that gets back to reality. You know, yes, I've got 45 people, but I'm really looking for 1. I'm looking for that special person that'll duplicate and do exactly what I'm doing, find 1 a month. And, you know, guys, over the course of the next 12 months, you're going to have an awesome income. I mean, an awesome income. So Dave is, let me just tell you, Dave is excited about this, more excited than I've seen him in a long time about a marketing system. And so he's 110% behind it. So he's given us his programmers. He's and Rick and Jeff Finn are really the masterminds of everything. I mean, I take no credit for any of this, but it's you know, it's just John has done a masterful job. You know, Dave, without Dave's support, it would just be you know, another little tool. But because we got Dave's complete support and you know, helping everything get done, it's all going to get done. So
Awesome.
I'm excited. So stay tuned for the upcoming. I mean, I think I'm gonna go back over to here real.
Oh, go ahead. Hang on.
Real quick. So that's I want to, because I want to show you the last. So you've seen that Tribe Marketing. Here's the. I want you guys to copy down that code. So next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time, the 16th, right? We're going to launch this thing. And it will be a, you know, work in progress, right? I mean, it will constantly be tweaked, massaged, you know, moving things, you know, so it'll be very liquid because what we want is the most optimization, right? And what I've discovered out of internet marketing is that, you know, we throw the funnel out there, but after a while, we start to determine, or the the software that runs everything starts to determine what your prospect really looks like. You know, what is that perfect prospect? And then it starts showing our ads that Jeff's team is running just to the people that fit that profile. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, that's like, I never knew that that was even existed. So, but
Crazy.
you might, you know, that you're only seeing ads. If you're clicking around, you're only starting to see ads that you like, things that you want to buy, right? They pop up. Oh, how did that pop up? I don't know. So they've got you figured out. So there's the code, 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. Definitely get there. These are those starter packages that we're going to, or that are created. The Share Valentis app, if you don't have it, do it. For those that are Emerald and above, you don't have to pay for it. It's free. And, you know, I have to admit that I hadn't used it at all, but now I'm going to start using it.
Yeah,
And
it's a good app. It's really good.
there's a lot of good training on there. Download the app, start looking at things, start understanding things. I mean, you can train and be trained by some of the best right there. So get that done. So, you know, what I was going to talk about is effort, but you guys understand that, right? You understand. Then I was going to run you through this because that's the reality, is that you're only looking for one, right? 1 out of 45. You know, Dave thinks we'll get 10% response. I think it's going to be higher than 10%, but we'll have to see how that goes. And, you know, Mitch, these are the kind of things that you love, right? I know I'm on the right path because things stop being easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that the truth, you know?
So that's it from me, guys.
All right, let me buzz back over here. So I think everybody would agree that we are on to something big, okay? Now, Chuck talked about it a second ago. Get your friends involved before this thing launches, okay? Because if you want them to see some crazy potential growth, I mean, it's going to happen, okay? Then definitely get your friends pre-enrolled and enrolled beforehand, okay? So we have an obligation to show them. If you have any issues with anything or any problems, go up line. Don't complain, whine, or say anything to people down from you. Usually issues can be taken care of pretty quickly. So if anything comes up, you need help with it, never go down below you or to somebody else's team members, okay? Make sure everybody's plugged in. And speaking of that, the Blue Ocean Co-op Facebook page is live. And I will add you, upon your request, to the Blue Ocean Co-op Facebook page, which is where we're going to be posting videos and updates and things like that. So I'll you know, keep adding people to that as we move along, okay? And so make sure everybody's plugged in. And, you know, be sure to, you know, plan on attending the next big event. We don't know when it is just yet, right? Because, you know, of all the stuff going on out there. So with that being said, Chuck, that was awesome. That was incredible. And I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of a Jim Rohn video here, like I always play at the end, which is, you know, kind of movie time, if you will. Sit back, get your popcorn, and enjoy. I'm going to fast forward this video to 18 minutes, okay? So bear with me one quick sec. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. And don't hesitate to reach out to me on Messenger or
Recession
or anywhere else, okay? And I'll include you in that group and so on and so on, okay? We'll talk soon. God bless. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and enjoy.
But after recession comes expansion. Not to think so, see, is naive. And once you've got just a little of this stuff settled, then you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to anticipate, so you can be ready. Now, here's the next one, and I heard it in my invitation. Here's what it says. For things to change, you have to change. I was hoping the government would change, and taxes would change, and economics would change, and my boss would change and be more generous. I wished for everything to change, and my teacher said, no, Mr. Owen, for things to change for you, you have to change. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Once I understood this, this altered the course of my life. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. And here's the big one. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. You don't need less problems. You simply need more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. Accept the challenge, because you can't grow without a challenge. You can't get rich without a challenge. You can't fly without gravity. You have to understand the challenge. But that's the key, is to now develop wisdom to overcome the challenge. Don't wish for less challenge, but more wisdom. And then here's one more philosophy that helped change my life forever. You can do the most remarkable things no matter what happens. Humans can do the most remarkable things no matter what happens. Philosophies that changed my life. Here's one of the big philosophies I learned in network marketing. It's called the law of averages. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Key phrase, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. It's amazing. It's uncanny. In baseball, we call it batting average. If you talk to 10 people, one says yes. Now the ratio has begun. 1 out of 10. Talk to 10, get 1. Here's something interesting about the law of averages. Once it starts, it tends to continue. This is colossal information. Once a ratio starts, it tends to continue. If you talk to 10 and get 1, sure enough, chances are excellent. If you talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Now you can compete. If you can only get 1 out of 10, you can compete, even with somebody that can get 9 out of 10. If you've been here a long time, you can get 9 out of 10. I just joined, I can only get 1 out of 10. If we have a 30-day contest, I will beat you. Say, well, how could you beat me? Here's why. During that 30 days, you talk to 10 and get 9. I talk to 100 and get 10. I beat you. Isn't that clever? This is clever stuff. And I do it for 2 reasons. I sincerely wish to win. But I do it for another very sincere reason. I wish for you to lose. And that's noble on my part. Here's why it's noble. You learn more by losing than you do by winning. So I wish to give you that experience. Now here's how I do it once I understand the law of averages. When I'm new, I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. Now who can do that? Anybody that's ambitious. Anybody with a little ingenuity. Anybody. Doesn't matter. Now here's one more. The law of averages can be increased. You get 1 out of 10, talk to 10, get another one. Talk to 10, get another one. The 4th time you talk to 10, you get 2. Why would the 4th time you talk to 10, you get 2 instead of 1? You're getting better. You're getting better. And who can get better? Anybody. Talk to 10, get 2. Talk to 10, get 2. Finally, talk to 10, get 3. I finally got up to about 3. Now, it takes more than a genius to go past like 3 or 4. But 3 will do. If you bat 300 in baseball, they pay you $4 million a year. Which means you're out 7 times out of 10. 7 times out of 10, out. Make $4 million a year. Are you ready for that? So, this works so well now in your business. Just jot the phrase down. You don't have to bat 1,000. You don't have to bat 1,000 to make big money. 1 out of 10 is fine. 2 out of 10 is terrific. 3 out of 10 is fabulous. Some particular incredible genius might get 4 out of 10. But 3 out of 10 is sufficient to make you rich beyond your wildest imagination. This is how I went after my friends, neighbors, and relatives when I first started recruiting. I said, look, I've got a new business and I'm getting about 3 out of 10 to join. And I don't mind you, just come to the meeting and be one of the 7. my friend, you'll do me a favor. And so it's not important to me that you like it. It's not important to me that you join. It's certainly not important to me that you buy. It's just important to me that you listen. One of the reasons, though, I want you to hear the story is because a year from now, if I'm doing well, I don't want you to say, how come you never picked up the phone a year ago? I never got a letter, never got a call. You call me a friend? You're making all this money, you never picked up the phone. So I don't want that to happen. So for two reasons, I want you to see what I'm doing. So the year from now, if I'm doing well, I can say, you know, I gave you the opportunity. But also, just as a favor, come and be one of the 7. It doesn't matter to me if you buy or join. But I need 10 to get 3. And if you're one of the 3, wonderful. If you're not, wonderful. It doesn't. It might matter to you. It might matter to you, but it doesn't matter to me. Now, it matters to me because we're friends, but it doesn't matter in terms of my averages. So if you decide to get rich, just learn the law of averages. You're off and running. Now, here's the second law that changed my life forever in network marketing. I learned the law of sowing and reaping. And in the law of sowing and reaping is also the story of the law of averages. Jot this down. The story of the sower comes from the Bible. I'm an amateur on the Bible, but this is such a useful story. Here's what the story says. And take the notes because the drama's in the details. The sower was ambitious. Evidently he was ambitious. When you read the whole story, you'll conclude, yes, this was an ambitious sower. Here was number 2. He had excellent seed. The sower who sowed the seed had excellent seed. And the excellent seed could be an excellent opportunity, an excellent product, an excellent story. So we've got an ambitious sower with excellent seed. But now here's the rest of the details of the story. For your information, for the drama of your life, so you can understand things better. Learning some of this is how I got rich by age 31. Okay. Number 1, it says the sower goes out to sow the seed, but the first part of the seed falls by the wayside and the birds get it. So jot this down. The birds are going to get some of the seed. The birds are going to get some of the seed. Now you say, well, Mr. Arnold, what does that mean? Well, I invite John to come to a meeting. He said he'd be there Tuesday night. Tuesday night I show up, John isn't there. I say, John, I wonder why John didn't make it. Now I know the answer. The birds. The birds. John had this great idea of coming to the meeting to look at an opportunity, and somebody stole it and said, you're not going to go see network marketing. And he says, well, maybe not. So have you jotted that down now? The birds are going to get some. Now when the birds get some, you've got 2 options. Number 1 is to chase birds. And say, well, let me get a hold of the person that talked him out of coming to the meeting. I'll tear him a new page. But I wouldn't do this. Here's what happens if you go chasing birds. You leave the field. If you go chasing birds now, you leave the field, which is going to distract from your future, not add. So you can't chase birds and try to straighten this stuff out. Here's what it is. It's just one of those things. And here's the best comment when things are a little disappointing. Isn't that interesting? You just have to say, I thought sure he would be there. He promised me. He promised me. But I know it was the birds. And you just have to say, isn't that interesting? Now, here's the rest of the story. It says, the sower kept on sowing. See, that was the secret to his success. He kept on sowing. And if you keep sowing, you can sow more than the birds can get because there aren't enough birds. If you keep sowing, there are some birds, but there's not enough. Because the law of averages will work for you. My mentor taught me, he said, you know, Mr. Owen, there's only 9 or 10 real nasty, miserable people in the whole world. Now he says they move around a lot, you know, and you're liable to... You'll bump into one once in a while. But when you bump into one, you say, there's only 9 more like you. I can handle that in the whole world. Okay. Now here's what else it says. The sower now keeps sowing the seed. Now the seed falls, the story says, on rocky ground where the soil is shallow. And the rocky ground where the soil is shallow is not of your making. Because you had excellent seed and you were an ambitious sower. So the rocky ground where the soil is shallow is not of your making. But here's what it says what happened. This time, the little seed that falls in the ground starts to grow, and the little plant starts to grow. But the first hot day, it withers and dies. It dies. Not an easy thing to watch. I finally get John started. Sure enough, 3 or 4 days later, somebody says, boo, and he goes, he's gone. Doesn't show up at the second meeting. And I say, I thought sure John would last a week. What happened? Jot this down. The hot weather is going to get some. And this is not of your making. Here's what you must say when that happens. Isn't that interesting? Wow. What can you do? The answer is nothing. You say, well, I'm going to try to change this. I wouldn't take that class. You know, the sun comes up in the east. Somebody says, why is that? I wouldn't spend much time on that. Just let that happen. Don't go for this why stuff. I'm giving you the answers here. The answers is in the structure, and the consequences and in the deal. The answer is in the deal. Anything beyond that is not worth study. You say, well, how come some just last a little while? I wouldn't sign up for that class. Here's the answer. Some don't stay. You just have to jot that down. And when some leaves, you say, that's one of those that don't stay. Now you know what category to put them in. And you can't solve this now. You can't. It's like rearranging the seasons. You can't fool with that. All you can do is cooperate with the way things are set up. I didn't set it up. You say, well, it shouldn't be this way. Well, when you get your own planet, you can rearrange this whole deal.
I love that. When you get your own planet, you can rearrange the whole deal. All right. Well, okay, guys, let me stop the recording here real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up the mics. There's probably some questions. I'm seeing a bunch of stuff in the moderator chat here. Hang tight. I'm glad you were here to watch the recording, and we'll see you next time. God bless.